We Are Wrestling.
We Are Wrestling.
Don, D-O-N?
Dick, got it.
Make sure to subscribe, baby.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. We got the Asian sensation in the house. What is going on, man?
What's going on, guys? We are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. Ben here, the other third of We Are Wrestling. We got a good show for you guys tonight, like always. But before we get into all the bullshit, shenanigans, and whatnot, Don, take it away.
If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think anybody's got like that kind of fucking opening intro like we do. I'm not sure, but
We're
I enjoy
unique.
it every single time. Like that just long spew that Don has going on in the beginning, like that just a long intro. Like I enjoy it. I enjoy it every time.
Here's why, Ben. Here's why. Because the We Are Wrestling channel is the most electrifying channel in the wrestling community.
Hell
That
fucking
is
yeah.
right.
Be
Because
sure when you say
tonight-
electrifying that you put the fucking rock gif in front. Just electrifying.
That's right. Tonight is Full Gear. So for heads up to the We Are Wrestling Maniacs who love AEW like Danny and myself, we will be doing a live watch along tonight for AEW Full Gear. Will MJF finally win the AEW World Championship?
You bet your
If you
sweet
want to
ass
see
he's
our
gonna.
reaction firsthand, you got to check out the watch along live. And of course on Sunday, I will be doing my wrestling hot takes, and I probably will have some takes on the pay-per-view for tonight that you are definitely not going to want to miss.
I just also want to point out that MJF definitely watches We Are Wrestling.
You have a YouTube channel.
That's right.
It pops up on my feed. And
Yep.
I'm just letting you know, Fat Boy, of all the horrible marks that talk about wrestling, you are by far the least intelligent.
So we are obviously obliged to support MJF, but we know he's going
We
to
are-
win. So
we are
just want to let you
goated,
guys
bro.
know. Enjoy the show tonight, ladies and gents. You guys are going to be hosted by the most amazing hosts out there in the wrestling industry. So let's get on the show, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, and real quick, about MJF real quick. MJF, we have all the credit in the world to talk about MJF because
Forever.
he admitted he was a We Are Wrestling Maniac in one of our vlogs. He also got us a lot of money in our Try Not to Laugh video compilation.
Sweet cat.
And do not forget, he's getting us a lot of money now with that promo he did after Dynamite that I was at live.
So technically, because it's MJF and his first name is Max, did we technically acquire the Maximilians?
Oh, hopefully soon we will get the max of millions of subscribers. I can't wait until we
In the
get
pounds
there.
of
Bro, we just hit 2,600.
That's
We're a little
fucking
bit
amazing,
past
man.
2,600.
We're growing.
And by the
we
way,
It's
appreciate
great.
all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs for that.
By the way, I do also want to let you guys know, for those of you that are going to be watching this episode, today, the day that this video drops, this episode drops, man, me and Donnie will also be in Enfield, Connecticut at Blitzkrieg Pro. Eric Redbeard's going to be there. The card is stacked, man. So if you guys are going to be in the Connecticut area, come on down. Tickets are $25. Blitzkrieg, you know, they're very good to us. We're very good to them. So I hope to see a bunch of you guys there.
And we'll have a bunch of business cards
It's
we'll be
gonna be
handing
fun.
out to everybody at this show because we really want to continue to grow our We Are Wrestling brand, not only all over the world with, our content, but we also want to grow in our local area as well because we love the independent wrestling scene in our area. And whatever we can do to help support, indie wrestling, we definitely want to do.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Indie
yeah, bro.
wrestling is the future, man.
Yep.
That's right.
All these guys you see on TV, man, they came from the Indies, and now they're on Raw, SmackDown, AEW. So you got to support them.
They used to wrestle in front of 5 people with $7 in their pocket. Now they're riding the fucking dream, man. So you got to support indie wrestling. It is the future of this industry, and the industry is forever thriving.
Absolutely,
yes, sir. Right now, wrestling is winning.
It really is, man. It's become so. Luckily, it's had such a huge resurgence in the past few years with the birth of AEW. The reigns being handled at Triple H. It is an amazing time to be a fan right now, for the good and the bad.
Yes, 100%.
Speaking of AEW, man, we talked a little bit about it in our prediction video. You went to AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, bro.
And you saw our boy front and center, front row live on AEW Dynamite with his dad, man. And he got to meet a few of the superstars, even the boss, the man, Tony fucking Khan, dude. Like, he got to meet the boss man of AEW. That is like, that's obviously Vince McMahon of the AEW world, man. So that is fucking huge, man. So when this blows up one day, Don caught it early, man, so I'm really, really excited for him. So big shout out to you, man.
Donnie is going to have a vlog on the channel probably early next week.
I'm so fucking excited for it. I'm
Don,
so excited.
Man, do you want to run us a little bit down, like, how that experience was?
Yeah, and like what we can expect for the vlog.
All right, you know what? Might as well. This is the We Are Wrestling talk show.
Why not?
And, of course, to the We Are Wrestling Maniacs who tune in to the talk show and sit here for an hour and hear us out, I will give you guys some insight on this vlog, only exclusive on the talk show. There will be no clips or anything on the social media.
And you didn't even have to subscribe to an OnlyFans.
That is right. So, with, going to AEW, this was my birthday gift for my dad. He got me and him front row tickets, and I gotta say, that was the best thing about this experience, because when I was younger, my dad used to always take me to the wrestling shows, and it really felt like old times for the both of us, and, being on the road for, an hour. Like, me and my dad, I felt like we got even more closer than we've already been, and, it just reminded me of those good times, so, that was honestly, the best birthday gift I got was, getting to experience this with my dad. Front row live television. And some of the things that you can definitely expect on this vlog, because let me just say, this is not going to be just one of those ordinary vlogs where I just, show, what I'm doing. There's going to be a challenge involved that you're definitely not going to want to miss, because I wanted to get full experience, to this, front row opportunity, and I gotta say, I definitely took advantage of it, and you are not going to want to miss the vlog. Early next week.
This man over here.
I'm sorry. This is so off topic, and it has nothing to do with wrestling, but it does have something to do with your dad. But man, every time, I guess you could actually say this coincides with wrestling because he's kind of a champ for this.
Please
but every time
I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I think you know exactly where I'm going.
Clueless.
It's that fucking clip of that dude being like $20 for this, and your dad's just handling it like a fucking champ, dude. And I'm just fucking, dude. That is just had a spot in my head rent free, and I've just laughed every time I've thought about it for the past however long I've known about it.
I thought you were gonna say my dad looks like Howard Finkel. That's what I thought.
Well,
your dad does.
My god.
Oh my god.
He looked like Howard Finkel when he was young, and then he looked like Howard Finkel when he retired.
Do you by chance have a picture of your dad that you can throw up real quick?
With
He looks identical to Howard Finkel.
Oh
bro.
my god.
Absolutely accurate.
Oh my god. Well, the Thing definitely handled that situation very well. Continue.
But I will not spoil the rest of, what to expect on this vlog. Yes, I did meet Tony friggin' Khan.
Oh my God.
And I did a lot of crazy things in this vlog that you are not going to want to miss. Especially being front row, you're going to get to see a lot of things that you did not see on TV.
You're also going to be on Dark on Monday.
Yes, I am. And that is honestly, probably when the video will come out. It'll probably be Tuesday, because I want to see if they actually put me on Dark.
That'd be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Because they did have the camera guy on me when Wheeler Yuta came out, because I had the Blackpool Combat
Are you going to have the same seat?
Yep, I was sitting in the same spot. Exactly.
Good shit. So yeah, if you'll definitely be shown on Dark.
And
then.
I talked a lot more shit on Dark because everybody was quiet, so the wrestlers definitely heard me.
Oh God, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I can imagine just watching Dark and Donnie being like, "You piece of shit!"
He flopped like a fucking fish.
Me and this guy that was sitting next to me and my dad.
Yeah,
we
I
were
saw.
talking shit the entire time. It was awesome.
Is he the dude in the white shirt
That kept
talking to
saying
your dad?
he was like
Yes.
Tony's a fucking puppet, but then was like Tony.
That's right. That is him.
That guy. Yeah, that
he
guy.
He had probably 10
Butthole
beers in
lad.
him by the end of that show. He had 10
Yeah,
beers in him. He
yeah, I
was living
definitely-
his best life.
Oh,
Your
dude,
dad-
that's gonna be fucking me at Survivor Series. I'll be living my best life there, dude. Like, just know in that vlog, I'm gonna be crossfaded. I just hope you know that. I'm
Bro,
gonna
I
be
can't.
crossfaded as
You
fuck.
guys better film a vlog the entire weekend, bro.
Oh, I'm going to be vlogging. Trust me, it's going to be a masterpiece.
It's not
cannot
every,
Dude,
wait.
it's
I
not
am
every
going
day
to
you
be
go to Boston for the weekend.
Fucking destroy. I'm gonna be fucking annihilated that entire night, dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna live my best life, Don. I hope you know you're gonna be babysitting a homeboy because he gonna get lost in the crowd. He gonna get lost in the
He's gonna
crowd.
get lost in the sauce.
Dude, watch security be fucking hauling my ass out.
Get this Asian
To
prick
their
out of here.
hotel room.
Yeah, they found him in Triple H's fucking his fucking locker room. They found him in the office.
You'll be
Yeah,
like that kid.
that's
Remember that clip on Monday Night Raw where fucking Batista's, warming up?
Oh my god, I remember that. I
Yeah.
just saw that clip like a couple days ago. No
That shit's
bullshit.
always on social media.
I really,
Oh, when
really.
the guy did the Batista thing in the backstage.
I'm saying this
That's
now.
gonna be-
If I ever go to a Comic-Con and Batista's there, that's gonna be what I waste my question on. Is like, what was running through your head when that kid jumped in front of you and was just doing your fucking motions?
Now that is a good question.
like,
to
what was
ask
going
him.
through your head at that moment? Like, I know you were laughing and you thought it was fucking hilarious, but like, what were you literally thinking in that exact moment? Just because this has kept me up at night for like 15 years now, at least, almost about 15 years. It's kept me up at night, so I'm like, I need to know this.
And I don't even think any podcaster or interviewer ever asked him about that. So that
And
would
it-
actually be a really good question.
Like, that is a big moment in his career because everybody remembers that shit just because it was so fucking left field, dude. And he was hot. He was a big star at this point, and for something like that to happen when fans really take it upon themselves to do
Was that
the
when he was
dirtiest
on-
of the dirty, it's funny.
Just
Was
want to
that-
say real quick, we do not condone our We Are Wrestling Maniacs to try to ruin the shows.
Absolutely not, dude.
Stay
That's just
behind the
mental.
fucking barricade where you belong, man.
Like, I'm not going to say that the dude that assaulted Seth Rollins on live TV was justified, but at the same time, he's stupid as shit. But, like, yeah, I don't know. That whole fucking
That's
shit was
dangerous though,
crazy.
because like you don't
Oh,
know.
fucking yeah, dude, especially when it's assault.
You don't know if somebody has a gun. Like,
Dude, people have died. Yeah, people have died from that shit, dude.
And seriously, like,
Rollins
if you
had every
go-
right to kick
If you
that
go
dude in
to
the
a
head.
show and you buy a ticket, you sit and you watch the show and you enjoy it. Do not intervene. Do not try to get attention on yourself, and follow the rules and the guidelines.
I do love though when the wrestlers really do interact with you and stuff, like how Billy Gunn took
yeah.
your foam finger.
Yes,
Rhea Ripley
exactly.
took a sign at a live event recently.
But you didn't see
and
Donnie's
it's
fat ass
cool.
hop in the barricade to get in the ring to fucking scissor.
No,
him.
and when they hashtag daddy ass. But you have the finger. Oh, scissor, daddy ass, scissor me, daddy ass. Daddy ass. Yeah, he's doing some vulgar things with office supplies.
Remember the squiggly scissors I sent in the chat this week? The
Dude,
old
I
think
hate
so.
how fucking.
scissors.
I hate how fucking petty WWE can be, because Billy Gunn could have totally shown up at that show had they just acknowledged that he was a part of the AEW roster, which they have acknowledged AEW multiple times. So what was the fucking issue? You could have literally opened a huge fucking door and every
Didn't
fan
even
would have
want-
been here for it.
TK
That would've
didn't
been
even
historic.
ask. TK didn't even ask for any kind of payment. He just wanted.
No, he should just
AEW
acknowledge
to
that
be
he's part of
acknowledged.
AEW. Like, that's it. And who fucking
Yeah, and then
cares?
they turned it
Like,
down,
hell
which
yeah.
is stupid.
I would have been like, fuck yeah, because they've acknowledged AEW constantly, and Triple H encourages it.
That's how I know that WWE does see
So I'm
AEW
like-
to be some kind of a threat.
Yeah,
Of course, dude. They're
100%.
a high rising fucking professional wrestling company that has outlasted and has literally moved pillars beyond a lot of these promotions that have been around for years.
Yeah, 'cause
NWA, Impact
when-
Wrestling, New Japan, like they're fucking huge now.
When
dude.
Vince McMahon was on his fucking bullshit, fucking booking an atrocious show, TK was actually giving us some kind of shit to watch.
Well,
I mean,
because here's
that
the
was
thing:
enjoyable.
TK's motivation went down. One, when he hired CM Punk, and two, he got nervous when Triple H took over. When Vince was running the show, it was fucking easy. It was running against a nursing home, but now you got a fucking powerhouse with horsepower in it.
Yep.
That is
I
literally
agree.
breaking through fucking ratings with a sledgehammer, quite literally. So, like, I would be nervous. You know, that's just how it is, man. You know, this is the professional wrestling business. It's intimidating. You know, it's a very prestigious industry. So the fact that AEW is doing as well as they are very early on consecutively for 3 years and they're just now experiencing fucking issues, it's a big fucking deal, man. It is a threat. 100. And you're
Hey, and
fucking
there's
lying.
going to be
You're
times
lying if you're
where-
not
and
if you
that's the
don't say
thing.
so.
There's going to be times where both products are going to be stale, and there's going to be times where there's a lot of momentum. That's just how it goes in professional wrestling.
That's just part of the job, man. You know, and you're lying if you're saying they're not competition or a
And
threat.
just like sports, you have your teams that go on these undefeated streaks, and then you have times where some of the best teams, they go on those losing streaks. That just happens in professional wrestling.
It's all
and
due to the
life
storyline
period.
and putting people over, man. It's where it's due. You got to pay your dues, and sometimes it comes with a lot of losses.
All right, so with that being said, our first topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, there is reports going on that WWE is interested in bringing back Bronson Reed, who's going by Jonah in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I believe he's been doing some stuff with Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Bronson Reed coming back to WWE?
Bronson Reed. Now, I don't have a lot of knowledge about the guy. I stopped watching at the tail end of his run. Once NXT pretty much switched over to 2.0, and he got released. I don't even think he lost. I think he was still North American champion, if I remember correctly, when he actually got released. He had to relinquish the title, so I don't think he officially ever lost it. But I like the guy. From what I saw in that cage match when he won the North American title, I mean, it was a very good match. It was a very emotional match. Like his wife, came out and fucking started hugging him because he started crying because of how emotional it was. Like the dude has a lot of charisma. I know, Donnie, you're very iffy on the guy, but I mean, for the fact that he hasn't really been showcased on WWE TV much, I would say give it a chance because you might find something likable about the fucking guy. I think, it'd be a good move, especially with Triple H, steering him in the right direction.
The only way that he's going to get over on the main roster is if he has a character like Brodus Clay did with the Funkasaurus.
No, that was a punishment.
Yeah.
I'll let you go, Don, because you have a very opposing view where I can definitely meet down the middle.
All right, well, here's my opposing view. Bronson Reed, do not get me wrong. He is a great professional wrestler. Great big man. I will not take away his talents in the ring because you know me, I will call it like it is. But I don't see the charisma. I don't see any character in him. I feel like he's just another big guy. I think the only way that he is going to be able to strive is if he's, either like a bodyguard for like somebody like, like a big guy. Like, how Diesel was for Shawn Michaels. Maybe he could be like the big guy for like The Miz after Dexter Lumis or something. I don't see him being a successful singles run competitor. Maybe a tag team champion with the right person, but I don't see a world champion for him. I don't see a mid-card title on him. I think that if they were going to bring him back, have him go to NXT. Because I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done with him. And I think he should not leave New Japan. I hear he's doing actually really good over there.
Ben, I'll let you go.
All right. So before we started this talk show tonight, I did some digging because, like Dan, I don't have a lot of knowledge of him. I know who he is. I've seen some of his in-ring work. Again, there's no denying the talent, that he has. He's inspired by a lot of these bigger dudes, like Bam Bam Bigelow is one of his biggest inspirations. Vader is one of his inspirations. Keith Lee is one of his inspirations. These bigger dudes that are agile but are big. Otis is another one that he brought up that is, somebody that he really admires and respects. And I can see that in all of those. I can see a lot of also typical, no, not typical, but your classic Samoan style wrestling. I can also see a lot of those powerhouse and agile moves as well. However, he does need a little bit more work in terms of his mic skills. But there's room for improvement in anybody there. I mean, we saw fucking Bobby Lashley fucking improve. Like, the dude could not speak on a mic for shit, and now I could believe what he's saying. But in terms of his charisma, there is definitely room for improvement. If he were to come back, I'd want him to spend some time, not necessarily in NXT, not even necessarily at the Performance Center. Somewhere more so private, I guess, and really have a discussion with Triple H in terms of a repackage, and more so on a false face immediate heel debut. I would want to see him as a heel. I would want to see him with a little bit more attitude. I want to see what he could tap in. I want to see him tap into more of an aggressive side. I want to see him work on his mic skills, his delivery. If Triple H can get any hands on anybody that can give him some coaching in terms of acting, that would be great. Something that can, captivate the audience and really get, him to get under people's skin, for it to be a lot more believable, authentic. I can see amazing things in a singles push for Bronson Reed if they do it correctly. Honestly, if he comes back, I want to see him in an angle with fucking Gunther.
Wow, my mind right now is fucking blown. You couldn't have said it any better, Ben, with that take. That was a great take. Man. I think that is exactly what Bronson Reed is lacking. 100%. Everything you just pointed out.
He's too
with
nice.
Your take. That's the problem. And I feel like he tries to be like a wannabe Samoa Joe, but he's not coming off like a Samoa Joe.
No. Not by any
I
means.
absolutely agree with what you said. You couldn't have said it any better.
I definitely agree that he needs some work, but I mean, look at everybody on the main roster. I mean, there's a lot of people on the main roster today that could still use a lot of help.
Dude, Mandy Rose is thriving right now. If she were to come back and challenge for the title, I would fucking be compelled. I would be like, yup, let's go.
Me too.
100%. Let's
I love
fucking
what
go.
they did with her with Toxic
And she's still the fucking champion, dude. She's killing it out in NXT right now. Like, the show might be ass, but her work is undeniably great.
I feel like if Bronson Reed came back as a heel, came back like different in a way, like came back as a heel and had like maybe a mouthpiece, not forever, but like
I wouldn't want a mouthpiece, but I would definitely want a more tribal character, like a fucking like almost like a Maori character, where it's like very
dark vignettes with this guy.
If he has like a mouthpiece, I feel like he'd be able to learn off of that person, so he can get better, speaking for himself and being on the mic and just feeling a little bit more comfortable in front of
I would want somebody on more of like a I would see him coming back as more of like a character that's being led by a mouthpiece, almost like a shaman. And he's like this like fucking Maori warrior that's like fucking undeniable. And if they packaged it and sold him like that with good opponents, I could see it. He wouldn't have to speak at all.
Or what they could do, actually, I think, with Bronson Reed, they don't necessarily need a mouthpiece on him, but don't let the man talk a lot.
No, just let him be a few words.
Like, just, cut to the chase with him.
And then when he does talk a lot, I want it to fucking be a silent.
They can make him into more like
a fucking pin drop.
They can make him into like sort of like a not obviously not Umaga, but like sort of like a character like that. You're somebody that doesn't
Maybe.
speak a lot, but he just goes in, kicks ass, and leaves.
You could pull something like that off with a man of few words, man.
They could definitely do something.
I do. That's something that I will say that makes me miss Umaga, because it really does come to think what pro wrestling would be like if a lot of these stars were around today. Just finding out what WrestleMania 22 plans there were in the tank for Eddie Guerrero. He was supposed to face Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 22.
I couldn't believe that when I fucking found
Mm-hmm.
that out.
And again, I think about it with Umaga. Like I think about a lot of these bigger guys that would have had a hell of a fucking match with him, and Bronson Reed is right on top of that list.
One of the guys that
I would have loved that, and I loved Umaga, but I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to finish my thought. Umaga, the biggest thing I missed about him, and the biggest thing I loved, and how they sold the character is, they didn't have him say shit, but they made him a destructive force that was compelling, and that I think is what I could see Bronson Reed doing if they did it right. But with Triple H and guidance, I have no doubt in my mind if they brought him back, it's going to be fucking awesome.
But the thing that makes me scared about bringing him back is we've already seen lots of guys coming back now to WWE, and there's only so much time on TV that they have for all of these guys, because remind you, we still have a whole roster that, Triple H didn't bring back, because now, he is trying to make the rosters more deep, which I really like. I like how he's making the rosters more deep, but there's going to be a time where he needs to stop bringing back people like Tony Khan. Tony Khan hit a roadblock.
Yeah, that or add an extra hour to SmackDown.
Well, the thing about WWE is they have main event, they have NXT, they have Raw, they have SmackDown, they have NXT Level Up.
But let's be real though, like who watches main event?
It's only NXT, Raw, and SmackDown that people really.
Well, I know.
What
I'm saying is WWE has a lot more product than AEW does. You know what I mean? So there are places you can put certain people.
No, of course, and they're opening another branch out in Japan.
Until they finally, graduate to the main roster.
And that's another thing.
Whatever,
they're opening an NXT branch out in New Japan. out in Japan, and a lot of these, other wrestlers that aren't Japanese wrestlers could join the new branch out in Japan that have wrestled for New Japan, other promotions out in that area, out in Asia. There's a lot of product for them.
I know. Before you get to that, Donnie. I know we talked about possibly, New Japan working alongside WWE at some point. Do you think when NXT Japan opens up or whatever, you think that'll open up the floodgates to allow New Japan guys to wrestle for NXT and NXT guys to go to New Japan?
Nope. I don't think so. Because, if WWE is... Literally, they had the opportunity to have Billy Gunn at the DX reunion, but they didn't want to mention AEW. And New Japan is not going to let them get away with not giving them any credit at all.
They're going to have Shinsuke Nakamura at Noah wrestling Great Muta in January.
They're doing that as a favor because Muta's retiring.
I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out, bro. I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Oh yeah, no, the Forbidden Door, this is going to be, probably the closest thing we get with WWE.
It still fucking blows my mind that Chris Jericho was in that John Cena package video.
Mm-hmm.
It still blows my mind that Mickey James was in the Royal Rumble.
Plus, a lot of
it blows my fucking mind still, like the fact. And did you guys see? Well, actually, no. You guys did see it. I do want to bring this up because it's news, regardless, and I do believe it.
Should we let Donnie get through it with his hot take real quick?
Yeah. I think we need to do that. Yeah.
My hot take about NXT Japan. I feel like down the line, it's gonna end up failing like NXT UK. Not because of the fan base. The fan base is incredible in Japan and, the United Kingdom.
Well, it's becoming NXT Europe now.
Let's be honest. If you are pretty much have a WWE contract, let's be real. You want to be wrestling at Mania, not some show that's going to be on Peacock.
WrestleMania is on Peacock.
Okay, but people actually watch WrestleMania.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. But
Damn,
let's be honest.
he's out here with the big
You're
guns
telling me
tonight.
all the people that watch WrestleMania are going to tune in to NXT Japan.
I won't
I
even
will.
watch
I would love to
NXT.
see that.
I won't even watch NXT Japan.
I'll
But you're
watch
gonna watch
NXT Japan. They
WrestleMania,
got some
right?
crazy fucking people out there. What?
Wait,
yeah.
you're gonna watch WrestleMania, right?
But what I
Yes.
wasn't saying, I was
Exactly.
saying, you said that people that watch WrestleMania aren't going to watch a show on Peacock. WrestleMania is on Peacock, so I mean, I was just being truthful with you.
Yes, I know. You're twisting my words around like a pretzel.
I do want to talk about this though, real quick. I do want to talk about the couple of the leaks we got about the Royal Rumble 2023 and potentially who's gonna be in it.
That thing I sent you guys in the group chat that you guys said was fake.
No, I said there was one part of it that like made me believe that it could be, but there is one name in there that I was like, yeah, that's definitely gonna happen, and I think it's gonna happen.
That layout looks so
CM Punk's
fucking
not coming
familiar.
back at the
Like
Royal
it
Rumble,
looks
Donnie.
so real.
I'm saying
layout?
I think I do think Matt Cardona is coming back at the Royal Rumble as Matt
Yes.
Cardona. I think
I
he's
do see
coming
that
back as,
happening.
especially with
Switchblade?
bro. Have you fucking seen Matt Cardona's Instagram lately? He has been doing
Troll.
nothing but fucking trolling with WWE photos as Zack Ryder, even with Zack Ryder dead in the coffin. Like, dude, he has been fucking trolling, but he's coming back as Matt Cardona, and you know
And-
for a fact he is.
He will
And
come
you
back
want
in the
to
Rumble.
and
I
you want to
think.
know what else?
I think he will.
His wife Chelsea Green, she lost in a match a couple
Yeah,
weeks ago, I believe.
her
And she was
contract's
like-
up.
And she was like, "I'm going home."
Mm-hmm. WWE.
And WWE really wants to bring Chelsea
Well,
Green back.
dude, Roman's Royal Rumble, dude. This Royal Rumble's gonna be fucking ridiculous, and it's
if
on a
they're-
Saturday, my dude. I'm off.
If they're
Watch
bringing
along.
Chelsea Green, they're bringing her husband Matt Cardona.
You're gonna see my pants
100%.
off for the first time ever on this channel.
Bro, I said it on my watch along to SmackDown tonight. I am looking forward so much to this WrestleMania season, like Royal Rumble and stuff. Last year, Royal Rumble, bro, every little thing about that show got fucking spoiled.
Yeah,
Literally. They announced Mickey James the night before the fucking show. You're telling me you couldn't have fucking waited until Royal Rumble so there's at least some
Yeah,
People
they
would
spoiled
have
every
lost,
entrant in that
bro.
Rumble.
people
was
would
sad.
have lost their fucking minds. The only one that didn't get spoiled was Melina, I think.
Yeah.
That
And
was
she
a
lasted,
surprise.
what, 2 seconds? Because she slipped off the fucking ring apron?
Bro, I was so fucking livid about it. I was just like, bro, she deserved more time. And she deserves, honestly, to go back in general. And I hope that Triple H brings her back. 100%.
Yeah.
Because she is fucking phenomenal and she still has gas in the tank. She
Hey,
was a
well-
dominant champion, bro.
Hey, we'll have to see.
This is
One of
our
the
first
greatest heels.
WrestleMania and Royal Rumble with Triple H booking it, bro.
Oh my God, dude. And it's in
I
fucking
feel like
Hollywood.
we're actually going to get a genuine road to WrestleMania finally.
Oh my God,
been
dude.
so long
And it's
since
gonna
we've gotten
feel that
that.
way, especially with the old pay-per-views coming back. Like No Way Out is gonna be in February. Like, dude, I'm gonna lose my fucking
You
shit.
want to know?
dude.
You want to know what I just heard?
No Way Out is back.
So
What?
in February they're having an Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Guess who's not advertised for that show?
Who?
Roman Reigns. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have an Elimination Chamber, but you're not gonna have the champion be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. He's not gonna be the champion by that time.
Ooh, we'll have to.
There's
wait
a
and
plan in
see.
place apparently that is gonna. He's slated to drop his titles. We just don't know when or who.
I wouldn't.
But
I wouldn't
he
have
is
him.
slated.
I wouldn't
There
have
is
him
a plan
lose
in
it until
place.
WrestleMania. It just doesn't make sense.
I know, but still, there is a plan in place.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm
our
excited.
next topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. In a recent interview, one of, the best referees in the business, Earl Hebner.
Hebner.
I can't pronounce his name.
Your fucking names are atrocious, Donnie.
Well, Earl, in a recent interview,
Earl.
says that he thinks he deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame and basically said the ball is in their court.
Honestly, I do agree.
The thing with that is Vince McMahon.
I know where you're going.
He put it in place a couple of years ago that there's a reason why they don't call the referee by their names and stuff like that. You only know them by social media. They don't want the referees to be technically a part of the show. They don't want the referees to steal the spotlight from the actual superstars.
See,
I think it's
that-
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I
Especially
think-
Earl Hebner, bro. He
Yeah.
was in some of the most amazing moments in pro wrestling history.
Almost
Yeah,
got
so-
killed for Vince McMahon because of the screw job.
All right,
Remind
so
you.
I'm gonna say something, and that's all I'm gonna say about this matter. Dan, I agree with you. He is like the most legendary, one of, if not the most legendary and well-known fucking refs there are, other than fucking Charles Robinson and Jimmy Cordero and
Danny
Tim White.
Davis.
and the other dude that just passed away as well.
Tim White.
Yeah. I do believe that he should go to the WWE Hall of Fame. I do believe that they should be recognized as a part of the show as well, because it takes a very experienced and good referee to put on a hell of a match and to call all of the spots flawlessly. And he is one of the best to do it. So I believe, yes, they should be recognized and should have just as much notoriety as the superstars, because they are what makes the match great. Because if it all comes down to a good ref. And a safe ref at that, mind you, because if you have a horrible fucking referee, dude, we have seen matches implode because of it. For example, a ref right now that is on the rise is fucking Lady Ref Jess. Edge has been fucking booking her
Aubrey
for all of his
Edwards in
matches.
AEW is doing fantastic stuff.
Exactly.
Very
you know,
popular.
so that's what I'm saying. You know, all of these female referees are really starting to get their light as well. And, you know, I think again, you know, it comes down to the refs being a crucial part in a match. So, you know, yeah, they need the recognition. They deserve it. They are workhorses just like these superstars. They are very much so in it. They are a part of the match.
If you look at, like, the resume of Earl Hebner, bro, like he's done almost every single Triple H match, Rock match, Austin match. He was always in the main event back in the Attitude Era. I remember when
Big matches only.
if he made a call, whatever, that Triple H didn't like, Triple H would get in his face and he would, Triple H would like try and bully him and he would just push him back, like, you're not gonna touch me, motherfucker. Like,
Earl Hebner is fucking
there is
goated.
nobody I don't feel like more legendary as a referee than Earl Hebner. Like, even if you're only
The closest person to Earl is Danny Davis.
yeah, but I would even go as far. I don't even
I love
really
Charles
know who,
Robinson. I love fucking Jimmy Corderas.
I don't even know who.
I watch his
Davidson
referee
is.
rants.
Like Earl Hebner, I would feel like nobody can touch him at this referee stuff, bro.
No,
like,
I agree.
Really, dude, if you guys really want to check out Jimmy Corderas' stuff and his reffing rants, he has a lot of great hot takes on professional wrestling. He has really good hot takes.
He does a lot of the post shows with Wrestling Inc. here on YouTube. I would love to be able to get him for a show.
I would love you can hit him up on Cameo and everything, dude. So like it's very easy to get a hold of Jimmy Corderas. So I would love to have him on the show.
That'd be awesome.
So my thoughts on Earl getting into the Hall of Fame. I will not say his last name because I don't want to mispronounce it.
Hebner.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, Hebner, not Hefner. Hebner. WWE, not Playboy.
All right. Well, I gotta say, with Earl,
Eyes up here, fucker.
I'm glad that Impact Wrestling acknowledged him and put him in the Impact Hall of Fame because he did have a really good referee run with them, and I really think that
He's a really good fucking referee.
His son
deserves
refs
to be in the
for
WWE
Impact
Hall
too,
of Fame.
doesn't he?
Huh?
Hebner's-
Brian.
Yeah, his son referees
His son.
for Impact too.
And he's really good too. But my thoughts with Earl, definitely should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, hands down. I'm sorry if you have Kid Rock in your Hall of Fame.
You definitely deserve
there's
fucking
definitely
Earl
room
Hebner.
for Earl.
Yeah,
One of the greatest Hall of Fame inductions by far for celebrity was definitely Drew Carey by Kane. Sorry, had to mention that. That was just great. That was just the
Look at
greatest
that.
thing.
If Drew Carey could be in the Hall of Fame,
no.
Earl
Drew
definitely could be in the
Carey
Hall of Fame.
That was the
is the
greatest.
root of pure evil.
That was the greatest. One of the best. Well, I wouldn't say the greatest, but one of the best Royal Rumble segments where he tries to give Kane money or whatever, and then Raven comes out and he just fucking eliminates himself by hopping over the rope and being like, "Bye,
ridiculous.
everybody!" Bro, that was legendary.
That was cool, but definitely not worth a Hall of Fame ring.
No, like there's a lot of guys I feel like don't belong in the
It's a
Hall
joke.
of Fame or whatever, but it would be different. I feel like if they actually had like a legitimate Hall of Fame that you could go and
Yes.
visit and stuff like that.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Instead of
That'd be
keeping
great.
everything in a fucking warehouse.
I
Like
do
a
like
box
the Warrior
shit, yeah.
Award too. I do like
Yeah.
how they do that for the kids. I do like
For
that.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
and Shad Gaspard, he got that one last
Mm-hmm.
year, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but Earl Hebner, man, hands down,
Rest his soul.
deserves. Earl Hebner deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's no excuse as to why he's not. He's one of the most legendary referees there is. Even if you're only a casual fan, you know who the hell Earl Hebner is because he's a part of your childhood. All these classic moments or whatever that you saw growing up, he was more than likely involved with it.
You know who
And
I want to see?
if I remember correctly, he did stuff back in the Attitude Era, like booking, and he did other stuff outside of just being a referee. So the dude is just legendary in the business.
Exactly.
Great
So-
wrestling mind.
What
Brilliant.
were you gonna say, Ben?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It was off topic.
All right, so our main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show.
Let's go.
It is actually some sad news
Yeah.
that came out this week. And it looks like Adam
Another-
Cole has been dealing with a serious concussion that might be jeopardizing his wrestling in-ring career.
I just saw him on Twitch tonight playing fucking what's that God game? God
of War.
Yeah.
You
whatever
gotta
the
love
fuck it is.
Chug.
It's beautiful, man.
Gotta love Chug.
Now, when it comes to this whole Adam Cole situation, we all can definitely agree how dangerous concussions are, especially when you sustain so many and the severity of how bad one can be. We also know how bad wrestling protocols can be for concussions, especially after the Benoit situation. They've obviously tried to tighten down on it, but there's always room for improvement, and sometimes a lot of these big superstars are slipping through the cracks and end up in the percentage that still deal with a lot and deal with the repercussions of a lot of these severe concussions, and your head is the most sensitive area on your body when performing a sport such as this. And when you take too many, it can all add up, man. Just because, you've recovered from one does not mean it doesn't have any kind of long-term lasting effects or can eventually happen. Anything can happen. And neurological damage is serious. It can affect everything in your life. And, it's unfortunate that it's so common in a sport like this because it cuts a lot of careers short, and Adam has a lot of gas left in the tank, and it would be unfortunate for him to have to hang up the boots early because of this. So it is very heartbreaking, and it is a very hard, touchy subject because again, he was a superstar on the rise.
And the sad thing, and the thing that people really need to understand, the ones that want to go and say, oh, wrestling is fake, this and that, they're not bouncing their friggin'
Say that to all the
bodies
fucking
and
surgeries.
heads on a trampoline or a
Nope.
foam pit at a trampoline
Just a little
park.
bit of fucking padding and some fucking wood. That's it. Like
For
a lot of people
more
don't
than
understand that.
100 days a year, they're doing this.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yet wrestling is fake.
And I will say, like,
Pisses me off.
obviously Adam
fucking
had
ridiculous.
concussions in WWE and stuff like that. But I will always give WWE credit where credit is due in certain cases. They are the best when it comes to this, concussion protocol stuff,
Absolutely.
whatever. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because
Bro, Rhea Ripley was in an angle, and they immediately pulled her because she was having a brain issue and a tooth injury, like teeth injury and fucking brain injuries. Like, I'm like, dude, they're fucking like so crucial about it because of the Benoit situation and what it did.
Christian, remind you too, he also dealt with, a really bad concussion, and then WWE didn't clear him. And that's why we
Yeah.
didn't get to see him wrestle for years.
and that it's like
Yeah.
stuff like that, like with this whole Saraya situation, or whatever. Obviously, we're gonna be seeing her fight Britt Baker or whatever.
Genuinely
But,
kind
like,
of excited for her match.
I am too, but like
She's
I
ready.
can't help but to wonder why WWE would not clear her, because if they would have cleared her, she would not be in AEW.
Exactly. And
I
that's
will
why I'm
cut.
like,
I will. I gotta cut you off, Danny, real quick, and I do gotta say, she actually did have the opportunity to go back to WWE in ring with Triple H running things because she did get cleared to go back by WWE doctors, and she wanted to go to AEW because It was new. She had more freedom where she can actually like go, because right now she lives in LA. So like she can go out and do other projects and other ventures that she never really got to do while she was under contract with WWE.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's good for business, man.
Last I knew, she, they wouldn't clear her or whatever, and that's why she went to AEW. It's just, if that's the case, that's awesome. That's great. I just don't want her or anybody to put themselves in a predicament just because they want to do this so badly and then risk further injury. I never want to see anybody get injured. It doesn't matter who you are.
Especially when you're a big name like Paige.
Even if it's Charlotte fucking Flair, I can't stand her. Like, I literally can't stand Charlotte Flair. Doesn't mean I want to see her break her fucking neck. It's just...
I can back Danny up on that one. He can't stand her. So for him saying that, that's genuine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just hope everybody's safe. Adam Cole, man. Like, I hope he's able to come back.
Hope he recovers fully.
But I want him to be able to take as much time as he needs. If it takes, a year, 2 years, whatever, I want him back healthy. I don't want him to be back at, 60% and then risk something further. I don't want him to be back in AEW or anywhere unless he's 110% ready to fucking go.
Well, I 100% agree. And I think, AEW also needs to get credit where it's due, because they're not allowing Adam Cole to come back in the ring right now. And they are, they do care about their wrestlers' health, just like WWE. Obviously, WWE is on a whole nother level with that, because they have the best doctors and they've been around the business.
They've had
so
more
long.
Experience, and that's what I was saying.
And with the tragedies of Eddie Guerrero and, Chris Benoit and all these wrestlers, with painkillers and alcohol and
drug
they're
trying to cut that
abuse.
off, man.
WWE, of
They're
course they know
down.
how to handle it, the best way. But AEW also deserves credit where it's due, because
course.
Tony Khan does care about the safety of his, professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
And it just really sucks because Adam Cole is one of the best wrestlers. And I think, he was ready to have a massive push. He won the Owen Hart tournament, and I think that, he was going to go on and have a crazy run.
Him and Britt Baker both won it, I believe. Britt
They
Baker
did.
won the women's division. He won the men's. Have you seen Adam Cole's Instagram lately? He posted a picture in October. It might have been a little bit before Halloween, but he has like a fucking six-pack now. You could see like the muscles and the veins in his arm. It looks like he's been like doing some work in the fucking gym, man. So when he does come back, he's gonna be in a lot better shape, I have a feeling, than
Which
he was
will
when
help
he left.
him prevent injuries and stuff.
Because, for a while there was, Jim Cornette and there was fucking Vince Russo and all these guys fucking talking shit about how Adam Cole looked. And he didn't look like a professional wrestler, but it looks like he's really taking initiative.
This is typically what wrestlers do on their time off, man. No matter what it is, if they can still go in the gym, they do. And especially if they have something to prove.
And that's the thing, like, when it comes down to, like, all these guys saying, oh, Adam Cole doesn't look like a wrestler, this and that. He doesn't even have to look like a wrestler because he has the charisma.
Not entirely sure
he
why
has
we're wasting
it.
time on it. Because
That's the crazy thing.
It's fucking, we all know it's mental.
Every time the crowd, Adam Cole's in the crowd, he has them on the palm of his hand. Adam Cole, baby!
Oh.
Everybody. And that's, like, right there, that, like, if you are not going to get that type of chant, if you are not good.
Exactly, man. So, but I hope, when he comes back, I hope he's healthy, and I hope, I wish all the best for Adam Cole, and hopefully we see him, at some point down the road, 110%, ready to fucking go, ready to whoop some ass and get some super kicks.
Yeah, so my last question before we close off, this week's episode of the talk show. With Adam Cole now being on the sidelines, probably for a very long time, what should he do? Because, of course, he is under contract with AEW for a little while. Should they maybe have him in a non-physical role on AEW? Should he maybe be with the wrestler?
No, give him
or
the time
something?
off. Give him the time off.
I mean,
let
you have to
let him
remember,
reshape himself. Let him reshape entirely.
He spent years in NXT and then literally
jumped ship and went right to AEW and was right into competition.
2 days after his match with, I think, Velveteen Dream or whatever, or Roderick Strong, whoever it was.
His last
He was
match.
Yeah, his very last match. 2 days later, he ended up on AEW. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So he's never really had that time to just chill at home and just, just
so give him the time
relax
off.
and soak it in and like, everything that he's achieved or whatever. So, I mean, if he wants to take time off, I'm all for it, man. Everybody needs a break once in a while.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think right now the best thing for Adam Cole is to, get the time off. And I know Kyle O'Reilly, he's still on the shelf right now. He's, I believe,
He just had a
recovering.
baby earlier on in the year, and I think that was one of the reasons why he took time off. And
Yeah, but then
he ended up
got
getting
a bad
injured.
injury. So now he's like recovering from that injury. I think if Adam Cole, wanted to be back on AEW TV, they could always, have him be with Kyle O'Reilly as
Nope.
a mouthpiece.
I
and
still
that
say,
could really elevate
Give him time
O'Reilly.
off, dude. Just
Well, I'm
give
saying
him the
right now,
fucking
give him
off.
time off.
Yeah, just
I still
don't have him
say-
come back till he's ready.
I'm waiting for the day to come to where they pair Britt Baker and Adam Cole up. It's sort of like the power couple of AEW.
Let's go.
We haven't seen that yet. And
I'd rather
it's
them do it
interesting.
than have him fuck off with Tay Mello and fucking Sammy
And
Guevara.
they literally fuck. So, they're literally in a relationship together. So, I mean, the dynamic between them two is there. Britt Baker's, one of the most powerful women in AEW. Adam Cole, he is on the caliber of being there. So why not let it happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. But let us know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts are on the topics that we talked about this week. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. You can go follow Danny and I and Ben all on our social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. And on the We Are Wrestling side of things with social media, we are very active right now over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So you can go follow us on all those social medias. All the links are down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace. Also, watch along tonight. Stay tuned for that, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.